a kingdom forged by the Valar, blessed with long life, wisdom, and glory beyond any realm of men, gone in a single catastrophic moment. The waves that swallowed it weren't an accident of nature, they were a judgment. But the true chain of events that led to that night, the fear, the lies, the corruption, has never been fully shown on screen. It began with a king who feared death more than defeat, a people who turned their backs on the ones who created them, and a prisoner who arrived in chains, only to rise as high priest of a dark god. From whispered prophecies to forbidden rituals, from the first cracks in the throne to the final eruption that reshaped the world, this is the part of Numenor's story hidden behind legend. This is the real reason the greatest kingdom of men was doomed to drown. Long before its downfall, Numenor began with light, a land lifted from the sea at the close of the First Age. In Second Age Year 32, on a day recorded in the Annals of Aman, the Valar raised an island shaped like a star and placed it between Middle-earth and the Undying Lands. They offered it as a gift to the Edain, the three houses of men who had stood against Morgoth during the War of Wrath. Elros, brother of Elrond, descendant of both elves and men, became the first king. Under his rule, Numenor flourished. Its cities, Armenelos, Romena, Andunia, rose from white stone. The men of Westernessa became the Sea Kings, masters of shipcraft, whose sails shone like silver in the sun. They lived long, far longer than ordinary men, because the Valar blessed them with a lifespan measured in centuries. But with that blessing came a rule. They could sail east to Middle-earth, but they were forbidden to sail west toward the Undying Lands. And though the Valar warned them that immortality was not theirs to claim, the seeds of envy were planted early, small, almost invisible, but they were there, waiting. By the time of Numenor's middle years, its people stood unmatched in wealth, strength, and knowledge. Granaries overflowing, armies that never knew defeat, ships that could cross Middle-earth in days. And yet, something hollow began to grow at the heart of their civilization. It began with whispers. Why must elves live forever while men, even blessed men, must die? Why were they forbidden to sail west? What were the Valar hiding across the sea? As generations passed, the fear of death turned to resentment, and resentment turned to anger. The people split into two factions: the faithful, who honored the old alliance with the elves, and the king's men, who believed men deserved immortality as their rightful inheritance. By Second Age 1700, Numenor was no longer a simple maritime kingdom. It was an empire. Its fleets landed in Middle-earth not as helpers, but conquerors. Tribute flowed in from harbors once free. Forests were felled for warships. Towers were raised not to honor the Valar, but to defy them. The faithful watched in silence. The elves mourned from afar. And in Middle-earth, a power older than Numenor looked westward and smiled. In Second Age 3262, Numenor reached the height of its pride. Ar-Pharazôn, the Golden, seized the throne and ruled with a radiance no king before him possessed. He was mighty, charismatic, adored, and utterly consumed by the fear of death. When he heard that Sauron had grown powerful in Middle-earth, he saw not a threat, but an opportunity, a chance to prove Numenor's supremacy. Ar-Pharazôn gathered the greatest fleet the world had ever seen, ships layered in gold, weapons forged from mithril and steel, soldiers trained from birth. When the armada landed on the shores of Middle-earth, the very ground trembled, and Sauron, who had once slain kings and broken nations, looked upon the golden host and understood a truth even he could not ignore. He was outmatched. Sauron surrendered without a single blade drawn. But the greatest mistake Ar-Pharazôn ever made was bringing him home. At first, Sauron behaved like a prisoner, then an advisor, then a confidant, and finally, something far darker. Within a decade, he rose to become Ar-Pharazôn's most trusted counsel. It was subtle at first, tiny shifts in policy, whispers that immortality was within reach, reminders that the Valar were holding humans back. Then came the lies cloaked in flattery. You are the greatest of men. Why should you accept death? The Valar fear you. Why else forbid you the West? There is one who can give you eternal life. That name, the forbidden name, was Morgoth. By Sauron's design, a new temple was raised in the heart of Armenelos. Black stone, a pillar of flame, an altar that glowed red with fire from Sauron's own mastery. Here, Sauron preached the old lies of his fallen master, the worship of darkness, the promise of life unending, the illusion of power beyond the mortal world. And the people listened. As the years passed, the temple flames burned day and night. Smoke choked the streets, the faithful were hunted, the elvish tongue was banned, and the king's men gave offerings to the darkness. Offerings Tolkien describes only in the faintest, most restrained words. Human sacrifices. The last sunlit age of Numenor had ended. The island now lived under shadow. By Second Age 3310, the shadow over Numenor had grown so deep that even the once golden palaces felt cold and hollow. Ar-Pharazôn, old now, felt death drawing near, and Sauron knew this was his moment. He declared, through honeyed lies and twisted doctrine, that the Valar had lied, that immortality was a treasure hidden in the West, stolen from men. All Ar-Pharazôn needed to do was take it. The old king believed him, and so he did what no mortal had ever dared. He prepared to wage war on the Undying Lands. For 3 years, Numenor bent its entire will to one purpose. Armies drilled, smiths worked night and day. Shipyards screamed with the sound of hammers. Until at last, the Great Armada was ready. Black sails, black hulls. A fleet so vast that the shadow of its departure dimmed the sunlight. Ar-Pharazôn set his prows toward the Forbidden West, and the world held its breath. The moment the fleet crossed the Ban of the Valar, the world began to change. Storms rose from calm waters. The sky grew dark, rolling with thunder that shook the heavens. The sea itself grew cold and heavy, as if sensing the crime of those who sailed upon it. But still, the fleet pushed forward, until the shores of Aman rose before them, untouched by time and pure as the first morning. Ar-Pharazôn stepped onto the beach, and that single act was the breaking of the world. Tolkien describes what followed as if reality itself split open. A chasm tore across the sea. A mountain of water rose higher than any storm. Land buckled, cities cracked, and Numenor, once the brightest jewel of men, was swallowed whole. Armenelos sunk beneath a roaring torrent, the temple's black pillars collapsing into fire. The golden ships dashed into splinters, the screams of thousands silenced under the crushing weight of the sea. It was so vast a cataclysm that it changed the shape of Arda forever. For before that day, the world was flat. After it, curved. A division placed forever between the mortal world and the Undying Lands. The downfall was complete. And on the windless silent waters, Sauron's fair form perished. His spirit fled back to Middle-earth, stripped of its beauty, unable ever again to appear fair. A shadow without disguise. But Numenor did not vanish entirely. A small remnant, the faithful led by Elendil, alongside his sons Isildur and Anarion, escaped the cataclysm. Their ships were blown east, reaching the shores of Middle-earth, where they founded Arnor and Gondor. The White Tree survived, the line of kings survived, and their legacy would determine the fate of the Third Age. Numenor itself lies beneath the waves, broken towers, white pillars, and drowned halls stretching into darkness. In Tolkien's writings, some say the ocean still whispers its name in storms. And though the island is gone, its shadow remains. For Sauron, freed from Numenor's destruction, returned to Middle-earth burning with hatred. He forged a newer, darker empire. He hunted the heirs of Elendil, and his downfall, thousands of years later, would happen not by armies or kings, but by the son of the people Numenor tried to destroy. Numenor didn't just fall, it was punished. a kingdom of star-born mariners raised by the Valar themselves, undone not by enemies, but by the weight of its own pride. For the downfall was never just a catastrophe. It was a warning, carried through ages, carved into memory, and left for those who dare to look deeper. And even now, the sea still keeps its secrets. If you enjoyed diving into the lost history behind Numenor's fall, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep explorations into the hidden corners of Tolkien's world. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you on the next one.